All right. Okay, you ready?
Yeah.
Deep breath in, hold it, and release. Okay. What's up, everyone? My name is Rob from Dubseed.com. We're a marketplace for stems, samples, and acapellas. I'm here with a cool dude. His name is Elkin Pautt from the country of Colombia.
Colombian.
And he's based here in New York. Very talented producer, very talented engineer, working with a lot of groups right now. But this is one of his personal projects. It's called Road.
Yes.
Elkin, tell us a bit about the track, and then we'll listen to it for a couple minutes.
So this track was, the name is Road, and I just get inspired for like anytime I'm traveling, anytime I'm driving in the highways, and like just listen melodies and watch other people walking on the street, and it's an instrumental track. And I just make music inspired by all the people and everything, whatever happens around me anytime I'm traveling.
Interesting. So this is inspired by the places you've been, the people you've met, and everything that you've seen while experiencing the world. Excellent. Cool, man. You're on Reason.
Yes.
All right. Let's take a listen to a little bit of the track here. Very cool, man. Very interesting. I think one of the first things that definitely caught my ear were the you have two bass lines layered on top of each other.
Yes.
Yeah, that's a cool trick. Maybe we can dig a bit into that and hear the
so with the basses, I used to record like the electronic, the electric bass, how you call it?
Just like the analog bass, not something that's
the
digital.
Normal bass.
Yeah.
And also I record a sub bass that I just I made a preset on the software.
Okay, so one's analog and one is MIDI.
Yeah.
Okay,
so the
cool.
analog, I I EQ the bass frequencies, and because for this song I want to keep the live bass player doing the thing. So I highlight I bring up the high frequencies on the electronic bass.
Let's take a listen, and then maybe if you can pull up the EQ that you put on just the analog bass, not the MIDI one.
This is the analog bass. Bass frequencies are totally cut in. Only
interesting. And is there a EQ that you can dig up so we can just see what you were cutting away? Wow, so it's like a pretty hard cut.
Yeah, hard cut.
None of that low end stuff.
Nothing.
Okay.
And with my second bass is exactly the same, but I only play in the lower. Just to like I'm not doing that much compression, that much like processing the bass. Just like adding one thing, adding like another frequency. So this is the electronic one, and it's a sub bass.
Super low.
Yeah.
And just like a really basic patch that you built.
Is all the notes that I'm EQing in this bass.
Interesting. And so did you have any issues in like aligning the notes that you're playing on the analog with the MIDI notes?
No, because I do it. I try to do it like really that sounds one, so that zoom in, like it doesn't in the editing. I really like the editing, so I just zoom in and like make sure that this is aligning with the MIDI,
cool.
Everything.
So you're really getting in there and not actually playing those notes on a MIDI keyboard. You're actually just like watching and looking.
No, I do it. I play in the keyboard, and then once I record it, I just make sure that everything is perfect.
Okay.
It's like it's playing right with it. When I play both basses.
Yeah.
And it's electronic, but it's still have that sub bass thing.
Right.
And it's the same. Basically, it's the same thing that I'm using. For example, the drums. This is my drums, and with the kicks, I have 2 kicks too.
Yeah, let's look at the organization of how you have these drums, because these are all samples, or what exactly are we listening to right now?
Yeah, some of them are sample. I mean, I'm gonna loop. Yeah, I'm gonna keep looping this. My 2 kicks. This is my normal, like it's acoustic kick. Just recorded. I record like each drum of the drum set per separate.
Yeah, and this is you recording this kick. Okay.
So I have that kick, and I use it like anytime I want, like this acoustic electronic vibe on the track, and so I can just place it whenever I want.
Okay.
And it's just a dry acoustic kick, and I add this that is more processed. It's more electronic. Same thing, just to like to don't touch the sound that much.
Yeah.
Just to leave it the way that it's recorded. So I try to like record it really clean.
That's interesting. So is that a common theme in your music, where you're constantly trying to combine like old and new, analog and digital, and give it like a bit of a natural flair with like something that's a little bit more electronic?
Yes.
Okay, tell us about that. Tell us why you enjoy doing that.
I really liked it because I used to play just acoustic until I learned, and I just like start to play with the computer and software, and I'm gonna produce music. I'm gonna like record, and when I start to recording like acoustic instruments or horns or a drum set, I'm like and when I'm start to, in the other hand, I'm start to like record keyboards and more effects and wobbles and with another genres of music. I'm like, what if I combine this with this, and maybe I can do like a caja vallenata with it's a hand drum. See if I can play hand drums, but that hand drums I can put like other like electronic toys behind that, or even like with the vocals chop it. When you chop vocals, you can use that as like instruments, like percussion instruments, and it's a vocal like
you got that in this song. Real quick before we move on, do you have advice for some of the kids who are trying to combine that analog and digital sound together. I guess both in terms of like, do you do anything actually in terms of processing to kind of glue the sounds, or are they just sitting on top of each other, specifically with, you know, the bass and the kick drums?
Yeah, I think there's seat one on top of the other ones, but they need to like play, and they need to own their place. Like,
right.
Like if you're doing doom doom doom, the other one needs to be doom doom doom.
Right.
Like, I don't know, like in their place need to be, so that way you can listen everything you're playing. Because sometimes with the hi-hat, sometimes I have a hi-hat and I have like a, we call it guacharaca, like I think I told you, like, so it's like but the hi-hat is and it's like similar frequencies, but they're physically different, and you need to like make sure that they're not fighting in the track.
Yeah.
So when I play, I'm gonna play the drums, that's the hi-hat, that's everything, and that's my percussion. If I mute the drums,
that's all.
That's a drum machine.
Stuff?
That's digital. It's a drum machine, and that's my guacharaca. It's like a organic instrument. It's from Colombia, and yeah.
Can we see that lane of the? What's it called? Yeah. Wow.
Guacharaca.
So is this a sample that you just have on hand?
Once you have the, you can just put it there. And this one with the drums, you gotta like, it gives it that color of like, even that drum is a human playing too. But, and this is the drum. This is, another thing, because I have my kick. I say before that I have these two kicks.
Yeah.
But I do the same thing with the drums. I have another track where it's the entire drum. I call it drum hall. It's like that microphone that you put in the drum set and records everything.
Right.
So I keep that, and same thing, I EQ it.
So show me what is in that lane, the drum hall. Is that all of the drums together?
All the drums together.
Okay.
It's all the drums together. Is here. I chop it if I want to change the arrangement, the rhythm, whatever.
Yeah.
But it sounds.
Okay, this is interesting. So you have just taken like a copy of all of the drums and putting them into one lane.
Yeah. And
they're layered on top.
Yeah, and EQ the bass.
Okay, why do you?
I do that because I prefer to keep this the double kick that I always use, and when it sounds together, it sounds like with more body, like more presence. Like.
Yeah.
And I can manipulate more my lower frequencies and my high frequencies, and it sounds like a person, like actually drummer playing.
Yeah. So why is it that you recommend having this additional layer of drums on top of pretty much an identical layer of drums on top of the drums that you have?
I like the sound of the whole when the microphone records everything.
So is there a special reverb on that, or like what is the main difference between that?
It's a whole because it was in a room, in a bigger room with a little bit of whole, like natural whole.
Okay, so did you record these drums in a room?
Oh yeah, but it was a long time ago. And
okay. Yeah. I get what you're saying now. So these are actually the live drums.
Yeah, but it's chop it and place it where.
Right, and then the same pattern is actually being recreated with the other drum notes.
No, actually, the same what is in top of that is just the kick, separate kick.
Okay.
This one, it's a kick.
Okay.
Kick, and that's all. Yeah. I mean my cymbals and like the shine things in fields is a different track, and all those are like is a sampler that sample in here. I sample the tone. Same thing. I record like just boom, boom, boom.
Yeah.
So I have that. So I have these three tones, normal like acoustic key drum toms, and I just play whatever feel I want to do.
Yeah.
And the crash is an electronic sample crash that I have. Yeah, some people don't like those sounds, but I think it's electronic. It's a hybrid between electronic music and organic and and acoustic.
Yeah.
So
let's continue listening to the whole track, and we'll dig apart some more stuff here. Cool. Next thing I'm really digging, and what definitely caught my ear, were the 2 layered guitar riffs that you have.
The guitars, yeah.
Okay.
So with the guitars, I have. This is a guitar. I record that. Oh, wait, so it's basically the same thing. 2 tracks, guitar is 2 different tracks, but I record it twice, because if I copy paste the same thing that I recorded, it's exactly the same note, the same frequency, the same intention. So, but if I record 2 tracks, like from the beginning to the from the 4 bars again and then again, it's better because it's a little different and give you this, I don't know, more real guitar player playing, and that's my guitar track. So what I do is one track is going to the left and the other one is going to the right. I do this anytime when the guitars are in the background. It's not a lead guitar, it's not a solo guitar, it's not. If it's a solo guitar, I just leave the one track. But if I have another layers of guitars in the side, I want to always play with the 2 ears, so left and right. And when I play the same thing in 2 different tracks, one in the right and the other one in the left, when you listen in your headphones in your house, whatever, you feel like the sounds travel in the whole your head. So I put some delays and clean guitar, but it's a nice ambience guitar. So the guitar is in the background, but in your head is the sound of the guitar is traveling every time. It's nice. It's not the main thing, but it's good to add it there.
And so, how is this a very hard pan with one side and a hard pan to the other side? So you're actually hearing 2 completely different guitars on each side, or is there any overlap? Can we see how the pan looks on that?
This is the right.
Okay.
And this is the left one. It's exactly the same. It's the same, but it's just played 2 times.
Yeah.
So it have a tiny little different, because it's not the same. It's not the same file copy. And
is there any other difference in terms of the effects you put on that?
This is pretty simple. This is the guitar don't have any effects. It's only a rack with the compression of the same rack, and a normal delay. That doesn't have any.
Wow, so it's literally just the main difference that you're hearing is the fact that you recorded it twice and it's different frequencies. The timing might be a little bit different.
Yeah.
And do you recommend to people doing that with a lot of other instruments, or is that a trick you use frequently?
No, I do this only with guitars.
Yeah. What about vocals or anything like that?
With vocals, okay, this track has chop vocals, have instruments, but I just hit the vocals, the chop. I chop some vocal from another sampler. But when I doing vocals, I do the lead vocal in one track, and I copy. I do like always 3 tracks, so it's the lead vocal and then other 2 the same.
Yeah.
So that way I can just play with the doubling, and the recording is really fast, because when you're like, okay, let's record this, the main vocal for this song. The singer is gonna record it from the beginning to the end, and then again, then like 3 times. I do that. So in my head, I'm always thinking this track is going to the left, this is going to the right, and this one is going to the center.
Right.
But they're not playing at the same time, because I can use 4 parts, or maybe words, or maybe something. Or I can take one of those takes that I already record to like process it, or put a vocoder or like effects or something. And it's cool to just have it there. Yeah. Because in the end, you're gonna use only one. But you already have other layers, so you don't need to like, the singer don't need to do the other take. Or, I don't know. For me it's more easy to do it that way. I don't know. But okay, with this song, coming back to the song.
Yeah.
Let's see. I have some chopping vocals.
Yeah, let's take a look at the vocals.
Okay. It's just a MIDI. Yeah, with a vocal file, then chopping. Yeah, and I put it here, and then I place all the different notes in my keyboard, and I try to create a Spanish word. Because road means camino.
Oh, okay.
And it was kind of funny, but I just like casually I just find out that I can say the same word and it sounds like camino, but it's not.
Yeah.
It's just it's a totally different song.
Yeah.
And that has the processor that has is like this. I converted to like a radio thing, so and this is delay, and that's all.
That whole thing is delay.
Yeah.
Jeez, man, that looks very complicated.
No, it's a delay and a little reverb.
Okay.
Reverb. Without the reverb. That's just the vocals.
And so did you take the vocal and chop it up in like another software and then place it into a sampler?
Yeah.
And you were just playing it on a keyboard?
Yeah. I always like sample one note and put it into the keyboard and try to like play it.
Yeah.
Play it the way that I want. Yeah, and it sounds like, and I have my verse.
Yeah. And did you tune the vocals at all, or?
No, this one was in the beginning, yes. Once you have whatever like a cappella you have for another song, you need to make sure first that it's the same tempo.
Yeah.
And the tuning, that is the right tuning for for
How do you go about doing those things?
Here is easy. I have the file, drag the file on my session, and quantize it or quantize the one part that I really want to use.
Yeah.
And then tune it. Here is easy because you click. For example, if I want to, if I click this audio signal, let's do here. Okay.
So that's
that's a whatever. It's a voice signal. I just want to like make, and it's tuning because here I just like move this and I can change the key.
And do you just tune that naturally by ear? Or what were you doing in the first? Because you tuned it in a different software, right?
Here, no, I tune it here.
Oh, okay, and so you just slowly adjust the
this
tuning.
One, but I just like by ear, and I'm okay. This is the right one. Tune.
And you're not too concerned about if it's like perfectly in tune with.
Oh, it's in tune. It's in tune because I'm like, I used to play. I mean, I play the guitar and I can play other instruments. So it's and just cause my ear, cause I can listen and know if it's on tune or not.
Yeah, you can just tell by ear.
Yeah, and it's easy for me to do it like that way. That finding a software was gonna tell me if it's in tune or not.
Right.
Even if I'm gonna tune, but I totally tune my. If I'm gonna start to record a guitar, I need to tune it. So I go to the tune in here, and I can just like ding, ding, ding.
Interesting.
Yeah.
So, the one thing I want to ask you about is how you translate this into your live performance. I've seen you perform live a few times in New York, and it looks like you're definitely not DJing. You're more so taking like bits and pieces from your production and combining them together.
Yeah.
I want to know how you translate that and why you feel like it's important to do that as opposed to just regular A/B deck mixing.
Oh yeah, for me it's really helpful to like I just simplify my session in like on samplers, so I can send a click to my drummer and I just mute the drums, leave my percussion on it, the things that I'm not playing live.
Yeah.
And okay, pretty quickly I can do this like that. Let's say if I have guitar player, if I don't have a guitar player, I leave my guitar. I try to do like a I need to say it. I mean, the stem is a good way to simplify your track for a live performance. It's really easy, and for me it makes everything easier because I just mute my bass.
Yeah.
If I don't have a guitar player, I leave my guitars on.
Yeah.
I have things that I'm gonna play in my keyboard is the
So you're kind of producing and mixing on the fly, but it's also a live DJ performance.
Yes.
And when you feel like with stems you have like more control over the elements that you want to like present at a certain time and how you play with the vibe. Yeah,
because I can just basically manipulate on the fly my session, and it's really really helpful. I don't really need a specific software because I don't even use the computer.
Yeah.
When I have my stems, I put those on my sampler.
Yeah.
And I just like make the sampler the same tempo of the song. I create a click like for a different track and send it to my drummer, and that makes us more tight on the stage.
Yeah.
And it's a live drummer playing, and I'm playing keyboards, and doing all the track. There's visuals too. Like
it's a full
DJ.
experience.
Yeah.
And do you feel like mixing with stems as a performer for you is like a more engaging experience than just mashing up two tracks that you created?
Yeah, I think it's better because you feel it definitely shows that it's not the DJ pressing play, or it's not a person pressing play to the song and then the next one and the next one, and just a random a drummer or a percussionist playing on top of everything.
Right.
No, I mean, if there is a drummer, I'm not playing any drums in my track.
Right.
If there is a guitar player, I'm not playing any guitars. I don't know. I just like everybody with a click, and I think that's really important. That brings the music out of the speakers, like out of the. Yeah, it's like when you're listening a record. Vinyl, you feel the musicians there.
Yeah,
it's like
definitely,
it's magic. So I really like that about live performing.
Yeah,
I prefer that to like go and just because when people say, oh, come here and do like a DJ set, I'm like, I want to just play music that I like, but I don't want to like really expose my work, my music.
Right.
I'm just playing somebody else's music.
Yeah.
But when I'm playing with musicians that are playing their instruments, it's better. Yeah.
Cool, man. Yeah, thanks a lot, Elkin. This was really awesome, really helpful. Thanks for tuning in to another episode of Beatroots. We got all of Elkin's music linked in the description below, and we'll probably be doing more stuff with this kid. He knows a crazy amount of stuff. If you want to get in contact with him, it's in the description. Anything else you want to plug? Anything else going on?
No, have fun, and I hope guys like I'm totally open to like listen any comments and yeah, and definitely I would love to like come with other tracks that I have and other music, maybe talk more about like live bands and tracking and playing with the stems live.
No doubt. We got more coming from Elkin in the future.
Okay.
Thanks for tuning in. There's been another episode of Beatroots brought to you by Dubseed, a marketplace for stems, samples, and acapellas. We will catch you next week.